Hi everybody, it's Lulu here, woo, with episode 19 of the Happiness series, and I'm so excited to be here, and we're going to talk about what went right, things we need to improve, other things we worked on, and of course what we're going to do next week, so let's dive right in. What went right this week? I would say pretty much I didn't do the things I planned on doing this week, which will bring me to improvements. So this week I got very, very overwhelmed. I realized that for this month, I put way too much on my plate and I need to back off and ask for help, and really this week has been a lesson in what can and what can I not handle, and truthfully I feel like I've just overextended myself and I feel very disappointed. I'm a little heartbroken that I didn't post a video last week, so I'm going to post it today. I just feel like I dropped the ball and it just threw me in a spiral, and I thought that I was over all of that. I thought that, I'm invincible, that I don't need help, that, I can do it all. I can be that person. I can be number one all the time. I'm that person. I can accomplish everything. And in reality, I cannot. I cannot accomplish everything. I need to slow down and reevaluate. Which brings me to this month. I really wanted to start making a podcast, start thinking about a podcast, and I realized with all the projects that I have and all that I do, I still work 40 hours a week. I make a newsletter, I run my Instagram, I do this every week, that a podcast right now is not possible because I added another thing to my plate. I recently figured out, what I wanted to do with my life and what my ultimate goal is. And I started taking steps to do that. And part of the steps to do that is taking a class or 2 classes this semester. And I'm taking 2 8-week classes that are just back to back. So that means that I just don't have the free time until May. And at first I was disappointed because I really, really wanted to do a podcast, try it out. But I realized that if I want to put out a product that is great and that is, something that I'm proud of, I need to be able to give some time to it. So although I'm disappointed, I'm very proud of myself because I want to give myself the time to do it, which means that no podcast for now, which means that I have more time to dedicate and focus on the Happiness series on YouTube. I have more time to dedicate and focus on Instagram and kind of merging Happiness series stuff with Instagram stuff. So not all is lost. I also, something that I realized that I'm trying to improve on is to start smaller. I feel like I thrive best when I'm doing a lot of things at once. It is a trick that I used to keep my brain busy without getting bored. I used to do it in school all the time. I used to set out all my homework in front of me. If I got bored or if I got tired, I would switch subjects. Or if I was just like done with something, I was like, I'm not learning anything anymore, I would switch subjects. If I just needed a change, I would just switch subjects. And over time, I've realized like that's helpful for school, but that's not necessarily helpful for life, because, you know, time is precious and I can't just spend all my time, you know, stretching myself thin without any downtime, without any time for me to take a breath. And that brings me to something that I want to work on this week, which is honesty. And I have a couple affirmations, but honesty as in, you know, being the most genuine you, and, you know, being honest with other people, with your wants, needs, boundaries. And these are the affirmations that I wrote in my planner. It is, I am understanding and honest with myself because I am worthy of love. And I think that part of the reason why I try to go so crazy and try to, the reason that I try to overextend myself and do a lot of projects is because I think that I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of excelling at any given project, or I'm not worthy of, you know, being a master at doing one thing. Like I have to do a million things so that I can show that I'm good enough, because I can do a million things. And I really want to take a step back, take a deep breath, and really focus on the projects that I have. And that means that, you know, I need to just start smaller. I need to start getting back to consistency with Instagram, and getting back to consistency with my newsletter, getting back to consistency with YouTube, and really focusing on making those 3 things that I love to do, making them great, and not overextending myself and trying to prove that I'm worthy, or trying to, you know, just ignore how I'm feeling. And I think that this past week has just taught me that I need time. I need time to really think about what I want to do. I need time to really take a deep breath and do the things that will advance my career, that will advance the things that are paying me. And I don't have to feel guilty about maybe putting something that's on the side, on the burner, on a closed burner for right now, so that I can focus on things that are going to help my future. Which brings me to other things that I worked on this week. So I am taking 2 classes that are prerequisites for the program that I want to do. And I feel like I finally figured out where I want to go with my degrees, what I want to do in the future. And I finally figured out a pathway that not only makes sense to me, but it makes me feel good. And I feel like it's the first time that I didn't feel like, oh, but I might be happier doing something else. No, this is something that is in the vein of things that I've wanted to do. And I'm really excited for all the possibilities. And I think that I'll be utilizing all the skills that I do have. And it just makes me feel relief honestly, I feel relieved because I don't have to look and search for these false ideas about, oh, I could do this or I could do that, that doesn't align with, what I feel my purpose in life is. And so I just feel relieved, honestly. Which brings me to next week. So I wrote in my planner what my goals are for my AIM hires, and what I'm going to do for YouTube and for the happiness series is I am going to post last week's video today on Monday, post today's video tomorrow, start thinking about how I want to plan a little bit better so it fits in my new schedule. And next week we'll be starting a new month, or not next week, but the week after. So in 2 weeks we'll be on a new month, so I have to start planning, okay, what is that going to entail? For Uncommon Weekly, that's my newsletter, I am going to finish. I have done most of the work. I just need to do a couple more editing things on my newsletter. I'm going to send it out either tonight, maybe not, or tomorrow during the day, and start planning the next couple newsletters in advance. That way that I'm always working a week ahead and I don't fall behind again, and I don't have to worry about feeling bad that I didn't, send out my newsletter. I don't have to feel bad about taking a break, because I'll have them planned out in advance. And for Instagram, my goal is to just post every day. That's a simple goal, post every day, whatever I want, and in whatever I want, try to connect my two social medias, Instagram and YouTube, together. So I am excited to be here. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. I just know that it is okay to take a pause. I took a pause because I needed it, and I feel a lot better because of it. I also want you to know that it is okay to take your time to do things that you want to do. So yes, I do want to do a podcast, but right now I need to figure out a different way to incorporate it into my schedule, because right now I need to focus on, furthering school. I need to focus on making sure that I'm doing my job. I need to also make sure that I am working on the projects that I already have and not overwhelming myself with extra projects that, I can do better in a future date. So work on the things that you have and you will succeed. Put some projects on the back burner if you're overwhelmed, and don't forget to ask for help. This is aim higher, not, aim higher and burn out. Don't burn out. Ask for help. Take a break. Take some deep breaths. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.